On this episode of Under the Radar, it's our first ever Outdoorpalooza. We'll go camping and hiking in Pinckney, canoe the awesome Au Sable in Oscoda, and explore the treetops in Traverse City. And if that's not outdoorsy enough for you, we'll even show you some classic cabins in Walhalla and catch a trout with the one and only Fish Whisperer. Get ready to explore the cool people, places, and things that make Michigan's outdoors a great place to be.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities.
Carpools, conferences, microwave dinners. They blur one into the next. We lose ourselves in the fog of everyday life and drift away from what matters. But like a beacon in the night, it finds us. The light of more than 100 lighthouses burning through that fog and beckoning us back to what's real and true. This light shines for us all. This light is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
And by Big B Coffee, celebrating 18 years as a Michigan company. Gift cards, mugs, and coffee by the pound available in store and online. Franchise info available at biggby.com.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar, Michigan.
Let me ask you something. Do you like the outdoors? Would you consider yourself an outdoors person? Are you outdoors right now? Well, if you're not, get up off the couch, get outside, and enjoy Michigan's great outdoors. Not right now, though. Please, watch this show first. Let's not get carried away.
When it comes to natural surroundings, natural beauty, and naturalness, Michigan is the natural choice for your next outdoor adventure. So we proudly bring you UTR's first ever Outdoorpalooza. That's right. For the next half hour, I'm going to go outside and stay outside until I've had more fun than a true outdoorsman can endure. So grab the sunblock and your compass, because here we go.
Anybody ever tell you to go take a hike? Happens to me all the time. So I decided to do something about it.
The Pinckney Recreation Area is a hiker's paradise in southeast Lower Michigan that offers mile after mile of wonderful wilderness and cozy campsites. If you're on the lookout for a place to get away from it all that's not all that far away, this is a state park you need to peruse. But before I take a hike, so to speak, I'd better check in with Park Manager Chuck Dennison.
I'm pretty impressed. I looked at a map, and you could probably see this park from outer space. It's that big.
Yeah.
How many acres?
This is a large park. It's 11,000 acres, 2 counties, and 4 townships. So most of the park properties in Washtenaw County, some of it's in Livingston County.
And you've got, how many lakes are in this place? Because I looked at the map and I lost count.
Well, from the glaciers coming through here, there's 20 named lakes in the park. And there's 10 boat launches to access those lakes.
Well, that's what's so neat about this place is you're within an hour and a half of 80% of Michigan's population, being
Right.
southern Michigan. And to have this kind of wilderness, you know, right in your doorstep, in your backyard is incredible.
Yeah, well, you're right. You know, most people in southeast Michigan can get here in an hour or less, and they don't have to fight the traffic to go up north, and they can make a day trip out of this park and virtually do anything they want to do out here, outdoor-wise. So.
Well, I understand that you are famous for your trail system here. You've got how many miles of trails?
We've got over 40 miles of trail, and really we're a destination for trail users. Mountain biking is really big. More recently, trail running, and of course hiking, cross-country skiing in the wintertime.
We plan on doing a little camping tonight, which should be an adventure because I haven't done that in a while. But how many different campsites you got here?
Well, we got 3 different campgrounds. Crooked Lake Campground was where we're at now. It's 25 sites. We've got a hiking campground at Blind Lake. It has 10 sites, and then we have a modern campground over at Bruin Lake Campground.
So you got like modern, then you got rustic, and then you've got wilderness camping?
Well, it's somewhat like wilderness camping. It's pretty unique for southern Michigan to be able to hike into a campground and hike out again. It's basically, you can't drive to it. But with the property that we have here, you can actually do a loop trail and do a 17-mile trip and camp in between.
I haven't seen my showers or bathrooms at this campsite yet.
Yeah, you're not going to find them here. This is a rustic campground. It doesn't have electric. It's got basic facilities. It's got a hand pump for water and a vault toilet.
So rustic is just another way of saying nothing, right?
Yeah, there's not much here other than a spot for you to set your tent and a picnic table, campfire, that type of thing.
So no wake-up call tomorrow?
There shouldn't be.
I think I hear it.
You might hear some of that in the morning, but you shouldn't hear much else. So.
Well, before we hit the trailhead and conquer the great unknown, first things first, time for me to set up the official UTR campsite. Ah, perfect. Now, time to strap on the bare essentials and head out.
Now, rule number one with hiking is you always take more than you need because you never know. I think I'm gonna rewrite that rule.
Well, after a little purging and repacking, we met back up with Chuck to work up our legendary UTR appetites on an awesome hike.
You ever get people lost back in here? I mean, this is over 40 miles of trails. You could get lost back in here.
Well, they're pretty. The intersections are plainly marked, and as you can see, the trail's heavily used. So typically, if you stay on the path, you're going to be okay.
Now, I'm actually glad we're camping tonight because we are doing the full 40 miles, right?
Is that all we're doing? 40?
Oh, anyway, because I'm gonna need 4 hot dogs, 8 s'mores, and a good night's sleep.
Yeah, you're gonna need some energy, that's for sure.
And no scary animals here, right? Besides humans?
You should be okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
With the sun sinking fast and a few miles notched into our belts, we headed back to camp for brats, s'mores, and a few of my famous super scary campfire ghost stories. And after a great meal, a good scare, and a few hearty laughs, we turned in for the night.
Hey, Jim, was that you?
No.
Eric?
Nope.
Oh, boy.
The next day, we woke refreshed, feeling alive, and ready for another fun-filled day exploring this great state park. So, if you're wondering how far you have to go to find awesome wilderness in southeast lower Michigan, Pinckney Recreation Area, that's how far.
Now, when it comes to canoeing, you'd probably expect me to be up a creek without a paddle, and you'd probably be right. So I went out and hired me an expert, and one with a paddle.
Every year, thousands of people come to Michigan to canoe our beautiful rivers and streams. So I decided to give it the old UTR try myself. But for me to be a competent canoeer, I needed to find someone who canoe everything there is to canoe about canoeing. And for that, I went to Hunt's Canoes in Oscoda. This family-run business has been sending happy paddlers down the mighty Au Sable River for decades. And you won't find people friendlier or more passionate about this river or this part of Michigan. On the way to where we launched the canoes, they even stopped to show us some incredible views of the river. We saw miles and miles of pristine forest and beautiful river bends. What a breathtaking place to be. Anyway, back to my quest to conquer the canoe. With the boats in the water, it was time to get this paddle party started. My river guide for the day was Travis Boyk, a great guy with an even greater knowledge of this majestic river.
How long has your family been canoeing this river?
We've probably been canoeing ever since I was a little kid. But my family has owned it since the 70s.
They own this river?
They've owned Hunt's Canoes since the 70s. My great aunt and uncle started the business, and then my parents and my sisters and I, we bought it about 10 years ago.
Well, now why is the Au Sable such an awesome river? Everybody tells me it's an awesome river to canoe.
It's a great river because you can canoe it, you can use it year round. You know, there's great fishing, great bird watching, and then all summer long, the water gets up to about 75, 77 degrees, and it's great for swimming, canoeing, tubing, kayaking. Once you get down a little further, there's plenty of nice sandy beaches that you can pull off on.
Yeah.
And it's just a crystal clear river. And this whole section until you get into Oscoda, all 11 miles is national forest, so.
Oh, so that's why no houses,
No houses, nope.
Yeah, it's like, this is the way it must have looked well, thousands and millions of years ago.
Yeah.
Well, now, can you imagine yourself doing anything else?
No, I can't. I lived in Colorado for the past 8 years, and I started working here when I was 12, and I'm 31 now, so I just got drawn back to the area. I love it up here, and I moved back permanently, so I can't. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a great family activity. I haven't done it since I was a kid, and shame on me for not coming back up here and doing this, because this is really awesome.
And you hear that a lot. We hear that people, you know, I used to canoe the Au Sable when I was a kid. I haven't been up here in years, and the general consensus is it hasn't changed a bit. So that's what I like to hear. It's a great river.
How long is the Au Sable River? Where does it start? Where does it end?
The Au Sable starts pretty much west of Grayling. It's about 138 miles long. There's a couple different branches, but about 121 miles of it is actually canoeable. So right east of Grayling, you can put your canoe in, and then like it's all national forest the whole way down. So you can actually, you know, go for a week-long trip, pack all your stuff, and spend about 5 to 7 days and do the whole thing, or you can do it in different sections.
Really? What's the average canoe trip? How long do people usually?
It's a few hours, so 3 to 4 hours is your average. The least amount of time we take people out on is about an hour and a half. And about the longest is about 5. But if you want to go on an overnight trip, we can definitely schedule that. I can walk you through the whole river.
Is it true that the person in the back of the canoe does all the work and the person up front's pretty much useless?
Yeah, it's very much true. I think so.
I thought so.
We pulled over for lunch, and Travis's polite posse of support paddlers provided us with some savory, locally smoked salmon and fish sausage. Fish sausage. Fishy and sausagey. The great thing about this trip is that the river quietly does most of the work for you. All you have to do is steer a little, laugh a lot, and enjoy the scenery and serenity. If you're hunting for your next Michigan adventure, Hunt's Canoes in Oscoda will put you up the creek with a paddle, and the rest is up to you. Here's an interesting question for you. When was the last time you did something for the first time?
Well, if you never climbed a tree before, I got a guy who'll make sure your first time isn't your last time.
His name is Bo Burke, and if you've always wondered what it's like way up there, Bo runs a tree climbing club just outside of Traverse City in the town of Cedar, pun intended. Now with Bo, safety is first, second, and third, so we got harnessed up and ready to rise to the occasion.
I'm not really concerned with safety so much as how I look on camera. Is this gonna make me look silly?
No, it may make you look fat, but it's okay.
Oh, I could use some fat.
You just put it on like a pair of shorts there.
Okay, like that.
Yep.
Then do one of these.
Yep, shimmy in, do the little shimmy dance.
Hey, it actually fits.
And I like to tuck in my shirts and whatever I'm wearing.
Okay.
Stay nice and clean.
Okay. So I look nicer.
So you look nicer.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
Okay, hook me up.
Okay, how you feeling there?
That feels actually, that's like it was made for
Pretty
me.
nice, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna buckle the inside of this here. We're gonna take this here and you're gonna run through, just like Boy Scouts.
tighten that. What kind of tree we climbing today?
This here is, we call it Juglans nigra, which in common terms is black walnut.
Oh, black walnut?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Is this like the safest tree you can climb?
Well, all the trees that I climb are safe.
Oh, okay. Okay. And we're going up about what, 8 feet maybe?
Yeah, plus another 40, 45 feet on top of that, so which makes it, I got a rope set up there about 50, 55 foot.
Well, who's gonna catch me if I fall? Because these guys won't.
The ground's pretty soft. We've been getting a lot of rain lately, so.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, I'm harnessed up.
Okay, you're harnessed up?
Yeah,
Good?
my
Okay.
gosh, it's perfect.
All right, nice, good. So now what the next step is, we'll go over to the ropes here and we're just gonna get you clipped in and maybe have you sit in the harness and see how that feels. Like we'll do an on-rope test, we
Gotcha.
say.
Okay.
Climbing a tree? How hard can it be?
I'm terrible at this already, and I just started.
You're already off the ground. You're doing wonderful.
So now I slide this up.
Yep.
I missed my foot.
That's right.
Okay.
And the higher you slide your foot up, the more you go up.
Oh, and then I just stand up on the foot.
Yeah, if that helps you, you can do that. But one thing I want to let you know before you get too high off the ground is you never want to put your hand on top of the knot unless you want to come out of the tree, because that will make you come down.
Fast?
Yeah, sometimes it can come down pretty quick. So you want to be careful of that.
Okay, never put my hand on top of the knot.
Yep, unless you're ready to come down.
Fast.
Well, we'll let you come down nice and slow.
Okay, so now
So again, you'd want to start over with this first step.
Right.
And lift.
Oh, so I lift this up.
Yep. That's the beginning of the process here.
Up the rope, and then this is my weak leg. Can I do it with the other leg?
You can do it with, the beauty of this is you can do it with either leg.
Can I do it with both legs?
If you want to, you can try that. Well, you want to grab onto this side, remember?
Oh, right.
Yep. And now push that out. There you go.
Honestly, you would have been up in the tree by now, right?
Probably up and down already. But I've been doing this for 15 years.
Well, nothing like a little bit of positive reinforcement.
Well, I have to ask you, what path in the forest of life did you take to bring you to a tree and climb it like this?
Well, I was a high-rise window washer, so I realized I like working at height. And then when I moved to Colorado after high school, I seen guys climbing a tree with chainsaws flying around. I thought that looked really cool.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to do that. And then I got hired as an apprentice.
Yeah.
And I worked with the guy for 2 years, and he taught me everything he knows. He's a certified arborist. And I became a certified arborist and a climber specialist. And I started going on to doing tree work. And I love climbing so much that I wanted to teach people how to climb trees.
So you're not just a tree climber, you're an actual tree doctor. You're like you're a tree surgeon?
I'm a certified arborist.
Wow.
I'm a tree surgeon and tree doctor. I diagnose sick trees, I prune them, I take them out.
And you teach TV show hosts how to climb trees.
And I teach TV show how to climb a tree.
Okay, why don't you go have lunch and come back and check on me, and I'll let you know how I'm doing.
I'll just take a nap in this hammock and you wake me up when you're in the tree.
Well, believe it or not, as hopeless as my efforts seemed, with Bo's expert tutelage, I actually made it up the tree. I'm telling you, this was one of the coolest things I've done in a long time. So if you'd like a bird's eye view of just how beautiful Michigan really is, look up Bo and his Climb a Tree program and get up here. Heck, I'll even give you a UTR guarantee. I'll bet it'll be a lot easier for you than it was for me. The final part of our UTR Outdoorpalooza adventure took us to a place that literally blew our collective minds when it comes to log cabin comfort. Say you're searching for a luxury lodge for your next fishing trip, outdoor excursion, or even family vacation. The Barothy Lodge in Walhalla will knock your waders off. It's a collection of classic lodges that are rustic enough to make you feel real, but comfortable enough to make you almost want to stay inside the whole time. From pool tables and indoor jacuzzis to incredible kitchens and fantastic fireplaces, every cabin is completely unique and surrounded by breathtaking natural beauty. Heck, the river even runs right through the property. Bonus, owner Rodney Hall was nice enough to set us up at Duffy's Tavern, a perfect fit for the UTR crew and a perfect place for us to get a good night's rest before the next day's doings.
You know, I've heard of the horse whisperer, the dog whisperer, and even whispering willows. But fish whisperer? Do fish even have ears?
Well, by now you've probably guessed two things. One, I'm going fishing. And B, I know absolutely nothing about fishing. Which is why I've secured the expert services of Tommy Lynch, the one and only fish whisperer. Ooh. When it comes to any and all things fly fishing, this guy is the wizard of the water. He knows every fly, every fishing hole. Heck, he even knows some of the old fish in the river by name. We met Tommy on the Pere Marquette River just south of Baldwin, where I tried both fly fishing and, given my general lack of skills and knowledge, probably Tommy's patience as well.
Okay, what we're gonna do here, brother, before we start getting you going is I want you to try a couple of practice casts out there.
You want me to try a couple of practice casts?
Yep.
Now, just to give you a frame of reference on myself, there's a park near me that's got a river, and I occasionally see guys up there in waders doing this, and that's the extent of my knowledge about fly fishing. See? I already messed it up.
I'll tell you a big thing with fly fishing, too.
Yeah.
Less is more here. The harder you hit this thing, the worse it gets. So it's up slow, way back to 2 o'clock, stop at 10 o'clock.
Gotcha, because it's so light.
And if you pull it out of the water, it doesn't work. Right idea? You're
There
kinda
we go.
swinging your arm there a little.
Oops. that better?
Getting warmer.
I gotta ask you real quick, how did you get the name Fish Whisperer?
Oh, old college girlfriend.
An old college girlfriend?
She was into horses, and she used to yell at me for going to Alaska in the summers.
So it's in your blood. You've been doing it for a long time.
Yep, better than bowling.
Better than bowling. Well, when was the first time you got hooked on fishing? Pun intended.
Well, I think I was in upstate New York.
Yeah.
My father and my mother took me to see my Uncle Fred. He had this private little pond in his backyard, and I caught a bass. Yeah. And the whole putting something out there and asking something to bite it will really hit home. So if you can hit that bank there, Tom, that's a good one. Remember, slow, let it load.
Oh, slow and low. Now, and I have to admit, too, the first time I talked to you on the phone, and this is a true story, by the way, I had to stop you and tell you that I didn't understand a darn thing you were saying to me.
It is, there's kind of a subculture. We're just a bunch of geeks. We're just missing pocket protectors, really.
Yeah, but I mean, there's all the different insects that you know and all the different, it's just amazing. It's a totally different language, a totally different culture. But I can completely see now that we're on the river how you can get hooked on this so easily.
As you can see, this has the potential to be a pretty long day for the other Tom.
Something just went up under the shore like an animal.
It's a muskrat.
Oh, a muskrat. Can I catch one of those with this?
I don't know. You got to get better at casting for those, too.
This is my first time. Now, what kind of fish are we fishing for right now?
We're fishing for the elusive brown trout.
The elusive brown trout.
Yeah.
Are there a lot in the Pere Marquette?
Yes, quite a bit. They're very smart, though. They get fished 12 months of the year here in Michigan.
Well, they'll probably outsmart me today, at least, being my first time.
Well, luck plays a good role in that, too.
And lucky for us, not only did we have the power of the Fish Whisperer on our side, we had the ever-present power of TV magic. So it wasn't long before Tommy taught me a few tricks and found us the perfect fishing hole.
See if we can get one going here. And that's the thing about it, too, because there's 50 or better fish down in the bottom of this pool. And all of them are finding a way to say no right now. But again, as soon as it gets dark, then it's all bets are off.
And then it happened. Fish on!
Keep that rod to the right and walk to me, nice and slow. Don't touch that pedal. There you go, walk to me. It's a good one. Lift him straight up, nice and slow. Got him. That's good, you can quit reeling.
Oh my God. Oh my God, look at this fish. Look at this fish. He's beautiful.
Well, I guess it's a tradition to kiss your first fish. At least that's what Tommy told me. Turns out I caught a beautiful Wild Rose Brown Trout with the most incredible neon pink spots. And as Tommy explained, you don't keep them, you catch them, thank them for the experience, and send them on their merry aquatic way. Quite simply put, this was a day I won't soon forget. And one thing I can tell you for sure, when you're out with Tommy Lynch on the Pere Marquette and you hook one of these beauties, you'll be hard-pressed to keep your excitement to a whisper. I hope this action-packed episode taught you a little something about our great state. No matter where you live, you're never far from the amazing sights, sounds, streams, trees, or trails that make Michigan the best outdoor palooza in America, hands down. Hey folks, you want to become part of the League of Extraordinary UTR Super Friends? It's super easy. Just go to utrmichigan.com. You can watch episodes, tell us where to go next, get information on all the places we've been, and even get UTR wearables like I'm sporting right here. Oh, and you can even get our new book, Under the Radar, the First 50, featuring our first 50 episodes and DVDs of all of our shows. So become a UTR Super Friend today. Go to utrmichigan.com. It's super cool and super easy.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities.
It's human nature to plan ahead, but sometimes our best ideas come when there's no plan at all. When we just go with the flow and let the day unfold as it was meant to be. A day on the water, soaking up the sun. A day we leave up in the air. Yesterday, this was just a last-minute idea. Today, our big surprise is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
And by Big B Coffee, celebrating 18 years as a Michigan company. Gift cards, mugs, and coffee by the pound available in store and online. Franchise info available at biggby.com. The Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure series raises funds and awareness in the breast cancer fight, celebrates survivorship, and honors those who have lost their battle. Everyone is welcome. Find a Komen Race for the Cure in more than 140 cities at komen.org.